Welcome everyone to today's video. My name is Dmitry Dimitrov from the Dimitrov Boulez Piano Duo, and in today's video I wanted to record part of my practice, basically a little bit behind the scenes on how I prepare for recordings. The piece I'm going to practice today is called Race Against Time. It is a piece of mine that I composed and I'm preparing it for recordings. Recently I uploaded on Facebook, Instagram and TikTok a small section of this piece, and I wanted to record another section, but that didn't work and it was just not good enough. I wasn't happy with it, and so I thought, you know what, I'm going to record a video where I practice that particular section which I was not happy with and let you see how I work on difficult passages. Let's get started. The piece Race Against Time begins like this. So there is nothing here in this section that's going to be worthwhile for me making a video about, because I don't have problem playing that one. But there is a section that's quite challenging, and let's get straight into it. It's this section, and I'm going to show you just a little bit in a tempo how it sounds. Already I have wrong notes, so this will be basically the section, and there is a spot where it's really terrible, this one. So this is what I'm going to work. This is the section. Is only 4 systems, but unfortunately I've composed them in a way that really requires me to practice. Sometimes that happens, it's unintentional, I just wanted to hear that sound. And the first thing I'm going to do is play those 4 systems in a slow tempo. That's what I always do. Already I'm catching slightly some wrong notes in the left hand. This is already the next section, and I'm playing, usually perhaps you can apply this, I'm playing already 1 bar of the next section, so I can in a way glue both sections together. Now when I'm done with a slow tempo, I'm going to raise the tempo a little bit and see what happens then. I wasn't happy with. And that needs to be worked on as well. So my first goal now is to get all the wrong notes out of the way. So I'm going to do it a second time in a faster tempo, but this time I'm going to remove the pedal completely. So I'm going to do it really without pedal. Wrong notes. trying to get as much as possible not to have wrong notes, because the more you allow yourself in terms of mistakes, the more you have to accept the consequences, and the consequences will be that you'll be playing with more wrong notes. And that's why I'm trying to be as precise as possible. So depending on how good you want to play, you have to make the choices to practice in such a good way and such a precise way. Now, when I did in such a tempo, I'm going to try even faster, because the tempo of the piece is going to be something like, so you can imagine what's going to happen here is, that's not good. So even though it might seem to you that it's more or less there, I wish in my ears it was also more or less there, but it's not, because I don't feel secure. If you want to play something very good, you have to feel very secure. You have to feel like very few things can go wrong. And if something goes wrong, it has to be an accident and etc. So in this case, it doesn't feel that way. So what I'm going to do is, one of the spots where I really want to accomplish good results is this place. And in this section, I want to be able to not have to stretch it too much. Now, because technically it's too difficult for me still to play it, I'm stretching it a lot. I do like... with a lot of preparation for the next bar. And while that's natural, while that sounds kind of nice, I want to be able to do it with less stretching, less rubato. So I'll practice this section once again and see if I can improve it. As you can see, the way that you can judge also in your practices, if you happen to have very often wrong notes, as you can hear, I'm unhappy because very often when I play, a wrong note would come, and that means that it's not stable. So one of the ways is to solve a technical passage is not only technically by repeating in different tempi, etc., etc. There is a lot of things you can do. We're not going to get into that, but another way to fix problems, technical problems, is musically. So here in these two bars, what I need to decide is what parts of these two bars need to be heavier and what parts need to be lighter. You may not know that, but if you are able to distinguish that, and if you are able to apply that when you're playing faster, having lighter and heavier places, that's going to take a lot of the pressure from your hands, a lot of the tension from your hands, and also from your mind, and the passages will go much better and much easier. So what I'm trying to determine, the first note is very important and dramatic, and then I want to drop it a little bit. That's an important moment. So we have one, then lighter, and after that one, also dropping the tension. This part. So we have 1, 2, 3 parts: beginning of bar 48, beginning of 49, and beginning of 50. And so I'm going to apply that once in a slow tempo, thinking about the musical ideas. That gives me already much more relaxation, feeling of relaxation. Now I'm going to do it a little faster with the same idea in mind. Make sure that when you play faster, what I try also to do is when I play faster to apply that idea and not make everything heavier, because it's much easier to play heavier, much more tempting and automatic it happens when you play faster to play also heavier. Okay, now I'll do it once without pedal, because playing without pedal is the most confronting thing you can possibly do. Yeah, that was okay. Once more without pedal. And now I'll try without rubato. Yep, sometimes wrong notes. Now a little bit in a faster tempo. This climb I want to get. Wrong notes. So that's a little bit better. Basically, that's what I do. So I think I will stop the video here because you get the gist of that. And of course, if you have questions, like always, let us know in the comments below. We'll try to answer them. But there's no point recording longer than this, because what I'm going to do now is I'm going to repeat that cycle of practice after I turn the camera off, so I can curse, so I can shout and scream, which I can do on camera because also we have children watching. So you got the curated version. If you want to get the uncurated, or I don't know, not curated version, you have to pay a lot of money. Thank you so much for watching this video. For me, as always, it was a great pleasure. And if you happen to like my music or part of this piece, perhaps you like also my other pieces, soon they're going to be online and they're going to be published. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram and TikTok for more information and for more uploads. Yeah, I think I have nothing else to say. I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you have similar pieces with similar passages, you definitely can apply what I'm doing here. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. For me, as always, recording this video for you was a great pleasure. And we will see you, or I will see you next week again.